It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Vikings and the Jets, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power rankings, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes us up to the 47. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings had 8-3 now, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. To the air again, it's Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And Thielens got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket. Able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. His throw incomplete. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more a priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them.
Touchdown, Vikings! KJ Osborne, 34 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Second down, they go right back to Cook. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Again, it's Cook. And some room to work. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah. Overused. This is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
They were forced the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away. Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That's taken on the 25. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw is Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings continue to pull away here this first half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't need to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Help me out here, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Pulled in at the 24. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Week 13 here in the NFL. First weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now. And we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, the Saints and Bucks from Tampa. On second down, a run to Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. And he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll give to Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they try the razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson, who's having some issues. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing his Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. Cousins gives way to Cook. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
On 2nd down. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. The big man get the oxygen tank ready. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. But maybe some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Joseph on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Wilson to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And he loses the football a second time. Now a hit and a loose football.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Minnesota, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.